Hey man,
Hey man, happy Friday.
happy Friday. How are you?
I'm doing great, doing great.
All right, ready for a tip of the week?
I am ready. I'm ready. And this tip of the week is brought to you by our friends at Instagram. No, just kidding. No, but actually, I was on Instagram and I noticed something very, very cool that sparked a conversation between us. And that was the Happy Gardening Life has passed a major milestone
Yeah,
online.
yeah,
So I'd love you to talk about that and then really the secret behind it. Let's unpack that a little bit because I think it'll be a lot of value for people. And it's
yeah.
really the e-commerce entrepreneur's secret weapon. So
Secret weapon. Okay, yeah. So just as context for people who are interested, um, we did just pass 250,000 followers for the Happy Gardening Life Instagram
very
account.
cool.
Happy to share a bit of the detail. You can go check it out. Happy Gardening Life on Instagram. We have a Facebook page and that kind of thing. And you can see I made this little chart. This is from IG Blade, which is an Instagram tracking tool. This little growth chart thing, and then this top part of it. These are actually two different tools that I just sort of stacked together. The top part where it says number of followers and the audience quality score. That's from a tool that's on the Influencer Marketing Hub. They have a tool that's like the fake account checker tool or something like that under their tools, and that's a nice tool to use. So if you see somebody who has like a huge Instagram account, you kind of always wonder like, is this real or did they just buy these followers for like $20? And so that's this screenshot from those. So yeah, so we hit 250. And as you can tell from the chart, we were ramping up, man. It's going.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're adding, I don't remember the exact number, but it's like 3,000 a week or some crazy thing like that. It's growing. It's growing.
Definitely. Getting exponential.
So,
Get that hockey stick growth.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's cool. That's fun. It's fun to manage. And so you want to talk about the secret weapon?
I
Like
do
people are like,
like
what is the
like
secret weapon?
how did you do this?
How did I do this?
Are you on Instagram 24 hours a day, Jason, just smashing the buttons?
Yep, it's a secret. It's a secret, and here it is. We'll reveal the big secret. And if you know our story, you've heard me talk about this before a bit in the journey of Happy Gardening Life. And you can go check out the website happygardeninglife.com and see it all. But that this was actually a business I purchased in February of last year, and it was an heirloom seed business seller who was an Amazon private label product guy,
Mm-hmm.
and that totally didn't work at all. But he came to me because I had written Instagram Power, and he said, I tried to sell these seeds on Amazon. It totally didn't work. But he said, I've got this Instagram thing happening that's just going and taking off. And he said, but I'm kind of done with this. So do you know what I should do? Like, what should I do? And I was like, well, you don't want to sell it to me. And so I bought the company, the Heirloom Seed Company, which was nothing. It was like no value there. But what came along with it was the Instagram account, which is legal according to Instagram terms of service. If you buy a business,
Yeah,
you can have the associated social media accounts, of course.
sure.
And so here's the secret weapon to get to the point. The thing that Chuck told me when I made that purchase was this team of virtual assistants is got this thing tuned up. It's just working. And he said they started it from the beginning and took some trainings and did some, research on how to do Instagram. And he said it's just going. And so last February, I inherited this team of virtual assistants, and they're just a phenomenal group. And it's been a massive, massive, I guess, secret weapon. I mean,
Definitely.
in the post that I shared yesterday that you saw, I went out of my way to actually name them and thank them
Very cool.
for I've said the team behind the scenes is Rochelle, Vanessa, and Junior,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to personally thank them for their stewardship of the mission and purpose of the Happy Gardening Life, and for their care and energy to make it a reality. And I before I posted that, I said to Rochelle, the team leader, "Are you okay with me doing this?" Because they're really, they're behind the scenes people,
Yeah.
and she was very, you know, flattered and said, "Of course, that's great, and thank you so much." And but that's the secret weapon: is a really high functioning team of virtual assistants. And
So
yeah,
if So basically we have to go out and buy a company that already has the employees in place. So for us that maybe don't
Yeah.
have that luxury or that
Yeah.
opportunity doesn't present, what do you recommend? How do we get started in developing a team?
Yeah. Because and I'll just tell you, I mean, like my journey before, I had tried to hire VAs before, and I think in hindsight, now that I've worked with them for whatever year and 15 months, whatever it is, um, what I realized in hindsight was I was just a really bad boss, at trying to train somebody to take something over. And I think what Chuck had done, that guy, is he first of all hired really well and got lucky, but he also had given them process and let them develop process. But just the system that he installed that I inherited, they knew what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was easy for me to just be like, yes, please, more of that. And, just be cool. I mean, just be like try to be as positive and supportive as I can be, and try to be a good boss. And so I think that was part of the background, just from my prior experiences, how this has changed. But I will say I've looked hard at all of the materials and curriculums, the online trainings and that kind of thing. And the very best stuff I've found is Nathan and Connor's. The Free Up company was theirs, and they sold it. And so now, I mean, they actually have resources now, and they're doing training courses. And in fact, we can share it in the show notes. And in fact, Kyle, I showed you one of their pages that you were. I'm happy to share the screen and show you.
Yeah,
one of their pages is really a cool page. Is 20 tasks business owners can outsource.
That's fantastic.
So we'll share a link to this. We'll share, and I have affiliate links, so I'll share affiliate link. So if you sign up for resources through them, I'll get $1.50 or whatever it is. I don't even know. But this is a good service, and these guys are the real deal. They built a company, freeup.com, that's a virtual assistant marketplace, and they built it with virtual assistants, and then they sold it, and now they're teaching people and doing training. And this blog by itself is super helpful, and they have tons of resources. So 20 tasks business owners can outsource to virtual assistants, and it just shows you like the different difficulty levels and skill sets required. And just this by itself was helpful to me, because I don't know about you, but some stuff I've tried to have an assistant do, a virtual assistant, and I've struggled with it. And then later on, we're like it's really super hard to do. And this just sort of validates, it's just nice to hear them say social media is hard to hand off.
Yeah.
It's in the high, hard to hand off, difficulty range. And so you can go through this article and read it all, but yeah, I don't know. What's your experience with VAs, and how's this all striking you? What's your thought on it?
It's definitely a mixed bag as well. I think you have to really get refined in your hiring process and have a really good plan of action in place for them. Mm-hmm. I think for me, I'm assuming that they know nothing, and then I have to provide a very clear structure. And then hopefully I'm surprised that, they bring to the table expertise or just a hunger. A lot of times I like to hire on hunger, like how I'll give them a task and they go figure it out, and then they bring it back to me. I don't have to hold their hand the entire way. That's a big indicator for me. But I think just working with guys like this who have done this at scale and have really built the processes, I think fundamentally the biggest and most important thing is to make sure you understand the process and how to manage the process. And then you just work the system, and the right people will eventually get plugged into it. And then once that fit happens, it's golden. That's been your experience, right? Like once you find that sweet spot, you're like, wow, where has this been my entire life? Type thing. It just, you have to be able to put those things into motion and into place. And so having training, having backing, having systems that are already here that they've built, and that you can have access to, speeds up the learning process there. In essence, that's why we take training. That's why we go out and we acquire information, is that you're hopefully going to shortcut the training and the pain process of learning something or charting something new. And so that's why you would go do this. You should speed the process up to get more efficient at it.
Yeah, I totally agree. And if you can learn from other people's mistakes, you're so much wiser for it. And I should have mentioned the outsourced school, the Nathan and Connor's training program, is out there as well. So we'll have a link to that. They have free resources, but they also have a full course, which I've gone through. I mean, I'm going through that material regularly, looking at it, and trying to up my game, because once you kind of get some, it's like anything. Once you get a little traction into it and you get like some momentum, you can start to see like the potential. You're like, oh, dude, this could be game on.
Right.
But if you try something and you fail at it, you're like, oh, that sucks. It never works. And then you get super sour and you're like, oh, that doesn't work. But so I would definitely encourage people to check out the training. At the end of the day, I always say to our coaching clients, I say, like, anything you do, you really have to think through, what if it works?
Right.
And a lot of times it's weird, but as entrepreneurs, we try to do stuff and we don't really think through, what if this works? What if you quadruple the numbers you're talking about, or exponentially 10 times or 100 times the numbers you're talking about? And part of that is you immediately go to the place where you have to have a team.
Yeah.
Which means you have to be a team leader, which means you have to know what you're doing with hiring and firing and the whole thing. And so learning this skill set of team management, and particular virtual, because dude, everybody's a virtual worker nowadays.
Yeah.
That's all there is almost right now. Yeah, I mean, I think we have to learn this as a boss of a company. How do you get good at this? And hopefully this course of training, and we're all on a journey. There's things we fail at. Obviously we're all, as we're recording this, it's COVID-19 craziness. And, I think these guys are going to actually run a special this weekend. So I don't know if we get this video up in time, but look to see if they have a special going, Mother's Day related. But if you're listening to this later, they won't be. But we're all going through learning curve. And that's the thing about it, is if you think through like where you're going to be at in a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, I think it'll help change your priorities. And what you'll really start to lean into is the team is what's going to make it work.
Yeah.
And you might have a crazy, interesting hook or product idea right now. Fine, whatever. You might learn how to do Instagram or Facebook ads or something like that. Fine, whatever. But at the end of the day, over years, it's going to literally be like your team and your brand are what make you a success. And so this is a foundational piece, I think.
I agree. I mean, the team is going to let you continue to scale. It's also going to add value to your business when you do go to sell it. So you might think of it as a huge expense, but I think that's the wrong thinking. You start to think about your team as an asset that you're investing into to generate not only a return on a multiple when you go to sell, but a multiple on your own time, and really their ability to get expertise level insight and action that allows you to step back and be the high level strategic leader in your business that you need to be. Because if you're stuck in the weeds doing the day-to-day grind, you won't be able to step back and really think strategically about your business and lead from a place of strategy and really an executive level overview if you're always in the weeds. So think of it as an investment. Think about it as building assets, just like you would products or courses or training or whatever you're doing. You have to think of it in those terms, I think, to be a long-term success.
Absolutely. And it's corny, it's a cliche, but teamwork makes the dream work. It absolutely does. And so anyway, back to the Instagram thing. Yeah, that's really, I mean, to me, I'm proud of the fact that we hit 250, but I'm not proud because I did anything. I mean, I'm shaping the process. I'm speaking into it. And, I mean, my background, I wrote the Instagram Power. And so I've done a ton of research on that stuff and seen examples. So I'm shaping the direction of it, but they're doing the work.
Yeah.
And it really is a secret weapon.
Well, to some extent, though, that can be more rewarding than even if you were doing it. Like if if your team is succeeding and crushing it, I mean, how cool is that? It's like, my team is just doing amazing.
Yeah. And what caught my attention originally was I had written Instagram Power. So I had seen a lot of Instagram models and, monetization strategies and the whole 9 yards. And then when that guy, contacted me, Chuck, and he said, I asked him, like, how is what are they doing exactly? And he explained what they're doing. And I was like, oh, that's smart. They were doing good, smart Instagram work. And we can do another episode, and you guys can go check out all of our Instagram training. I've gone through all of this before. But what they were basically doing was a posting model that I just hadn't seen before. And it really is effective and smart. Totally legit, totally fine style business, terms of service and all that kind of stuff. It's not like a ethical issue or anything like. It's just not a common use of Instagram, but the way they do it, and you guys can go check out Happy Gardening Life on Instagram and see what they're doing. But basically, it's a very smart approach to Instagram. And so yeah, it is. I'm proud of the having a hand in our being able to be a part of it. I'm mostly proud just to see their success, and so it's exciting. And who knows what will happen with the Happy Gardening Life? We're still working on our product strategies and our influencer strategies. I literally have influencer product literally like at my feet right now. I have stuff. I'm out in the garden all the time, spring and summer, and so the influencer biz is fun. And so we're working on these business details, but it's a work in progress. But it's fun to have a secret weapon and a good team leading it. Yeah. So
awesome, love it.
Good times, man. Okay, so let's wrap it up. So I would just say if you're listening to this and you want to go deeper on virtual assistant topics, of course, check out Nathan and Connor's Outsource School stuff, and we'll have links underneath the show to that. And then if you want to go deeper on Instagram strategies, of course, go check out Instagram Power. That's available. And that book is on Amazon, and we have supplemental training. And then, of course, Kyle, you and I are working with coaching clients every day on their e-commerce strategies. And man, we got clients who are just rocking it. The COVID-19 thing, although has been a disaster for, in many ways, societies and that kind of thing, for e-commerce sellers, dude, it is game on. And it's exciting to see so many people really crushing it. So if you're listening to this and you're like, I want to scale, I want to grow, and you're frustrated with where you're at, look into our coaching program. We've got an application on our Winning on Shopify website. We take clients by application only, so we make sure it's a good fit for you, but also that you're a good fit for us. So we work with people who are what you might call not veteran, but at least sellers with traction. We don't work with clients who don't have a business put together yet. We work with good solid business operators who need to take it to a next level through traffic strategies, paid ad strategies, product strategies, platform. We do a lot of cross-platform or omni-channel sales consulting. Anything I'm missing in that regard? Any other thoughts on branding strategies?
Branding, yeah.
Yeah, sure. So check that out if that could be of help. We'd love to partner up with you. We've got some slots available for a couple of days of the week. We have a finite number of clients that we can slot into our schedules, and we want to work with great people. And so we'd be honored to work with you if it's of interest. So check that out. Anything else for the good of the order?
No, I think we covered it. Go out there and start to build your teams.
Secret weapon for the entrepreneur is the team. Yeah. All right. Good times, man.
Bye.
Talk to you soon.